I mean, they got the reunion.
All right, we are live. I'd like to say,
yeah,
praise be. I had some Comcast people come out the other day, yesterday, I think.
Ernest finally got on his job,
and they upgraded me.
Ooh.
Apparently, I was on the old router.
Okay.
That was causing the issues, and now I'm on the fancy new one.
Everything in your life is old. But we're here now, and that's good.
Also, I'm eating dessert. Forgive me.
What's for dessert?
A caramel apple blondie from Applebee's.
That's impressive.
With ice cream.
With vanilla?
Mm-hmm. What else would really go on? I want to put like a chocolate.
You know, I'm always vanilla bean over vanilla.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I bet you like everything white over having any color in it.
Welcome to this Married at First Sight review.
The man has won again.
Welcome to this Married at First Sight review. We are reviewing Married at First Sight season 12, Atlanta. Also, I don't know if you have your headphones. I don't. And this week, well, I'm Tasha. This is Kasaun. This is Kasaun. And this week, the couples went to a couples retreat. Hey, Jamal.
What up, cuz?
This week, the couples went to a couples retreat. And that's basically what we'll be discussing today. Couples Retreat 2.0. The first couples retreat was the honeymoon. Didn't go that great. And this was part 2.
Neither did this one.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't good either. It wasn't. Ooh.
I'm gonna give a few more minutes for people to come in and say hello.
Yeah.
You have any ULC announcements?
Stay tuned for more information about more mass content after the season is over. We got the season finale. It might take us 3 hours to get through the reunion because we will go back from 4 hours to 5, from 4 couples to 5 couples at the reunion.
Mm-hmm.
So, what up?
Hi, Asia. Hi, Jerry. The face, right?
Yes. So yeah, look forward to creating more content. And before we do anything, please hit that like button, y'all. When you come in, just hit the like button. It's almost like taking your coat off and get comfortable. Just go ahead and hit the like button, and then
I like that analogy.
We can get to it.
What I do not want to do is discuss Unbreakables. I couldn't even get to the first 5 seconds because they added it on to the end of last night's episode.
They always try to do that.
I ain't like it. I ain't like the first 45 seconds. I was like, I can't take it.
You know what they do that I don't like? Anytime they're trying to sell you a new show, they're like, stay tuned because we're going to show the preview for next week's episode during the last half an hour of this show. It's like, nah, you're not going to hold me hostage to watch your new. You ain't going to try to hook me to this show by holding me hostage for the show I'm already hooked to. Like,
and now it's like, I literally went to like DVR it. And I was like, 3 hours? What are we talking about? And then I saw the info. I was like, oh, goodness gracious, thank you.
They did start with some black people, though. That was interesting.
But I said Unbreakables, Unmatchables. Did I say it right?
Unmatchables. You know, I ain't even catch that you said it wrong. I'm tired. My mind was like, sure, Unbreakables. Break them all. What I did find interesting about that show, though, is that these are people who applied to be married at first sight, and they just made a show out of them.
like these people are so crazy that we're gonna exploit them
It's like
make them
usually
look crazier to more people.
Usually when we would show up to tell you we found you a match, but what we're gonna do is tell you we did not find you a match and bring the exact same cameras with us and tell you that we could not match you because you're not ready to be matched.
And then tell everybody that you like to eat while you sit on the toilet.
And then show me farting for the first 10 minutes of the show. Listen. Let me tell you this right now. What you're not gonna do is put Chris on this show and then tell me that I'm unmatchable. The nerve. Wait a minute. You're not going to put Man-Made Beach on the show and something is wrong with me? No, we're not doing that.
But all right, we're 5 minutes in. Let's get started. So like I said,
wait, tell people the announcement for those who just got in. About Ernest, what Ernest did this week. I don't know if everybody caught it. I think Jamal the only one who heard it.
Ernest didn't do anything.
Okay, whatever. However you want to.
I called up the Xfinity people. And I told them they need to come in here and fix my internet because I'm the only one in here and it should be working fine. And they was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And hey, one hand of mine. And so they came over here. First of all, so I told you last time that one of the pastors at my church worked for Comcast. So I said, I was going to get him to act like my daddy and put in a good word for me, right? Remember? And then you were telling me that the church didn't know I was shacking up. So anyway.
Wait, what? I'm trying to remember the conversation. What did I tell you that you were doing as a church?
It doesn't matter.
I want to make sure that everybody has an idea.
The people that's in the room, they know what happened.
It's people who watch on the playback on Saturday and Friday.
They need to go back and watch the other stuff and catch up.
Oh, okay.
But so so the person came and so I had texted the pastor. I'm like, hey, so and so is here, and he was like, oh, okay, yeah, I know her. Da da da. So she put in the stuff and she's like, oh, I need to check outside. I need to check the connection outside because even though the router is right in here, the signal is a little low outside still. I said, okay. So I let her in the backyard, right? So she was outside for like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, okay. Then I hear her on the phone and she's like literally a loud conversation. Like I can, my backyard is right there. I can literally hear her upstairs in the backyard and she's having this whole conversation and she's talking to somebody about something not working and And then so now it's 20 minutes. By the time she walks in the door downstairs, I hear, okay, love you, bye. I'm like, ma'am, you're supposed to be fixing my stuff. What are you doing?
Oh, maybe she was so inspired by you and Ernest. Well, anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so now it should be. This is the trial to see if it's fixed. This is the test because my internet only messes up when I'm streaming. So this is the test to make sure that it actually is working fine.
All right, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes, guys.
Yes, we'll see how it goes. Anything else I forgot?
I don't understand why you decided to put Jerry's profile picture on your face tonight. Why are you giving me that? Why are you what is this about? I just feel like people wanted to know an update. Everybody's invested into your life.
I'm not sure about that, but I'll go with it for now. Okay. So let me get to my notes. Make sure I can see y'all's comments real time. Make sure. Okay. So the couples went on a retreat. It's 9 days till decision day. All right. 9 days to decision day when the episode starts.
Which is already bad because it's like it took you guys 2 months to go through 3 days. Yes. And now y'all have gone through 1 month and 2 episodes.
Yes. It
That's
literally
some
took
time.
2 months for 4 to 5 days, and then now, yeah. So we're at the end of the road, the proverbial road, and the real end of the road for them, because we're gonna go through our predictions. We're gonna go back to our predictions because next week I believe is decision day. So I'm gonna pull up our predictions and I'm gonna pull them up and we're gonna review them at the end. Okay? Why are you so scared? I feel like we're both right. You even more.
Did you say this?
Than me.
What do we disagree on? Do you remember?
We'll talk about it at the end. Yes, I remember.
Okay. Sorry, producer.
I'm sure Jamal remembers as well.
Okay.
We only really disagreed on what's the people name? Erik and Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So so it starts off, we see Haley and Jacob packing to go to this retreat. And this is a couples retreat, but they end up driving separately. The two of them. Yes. I'm sure of it. Yeah, I'm sure you have the receipts. I have the PowerPoint. You don't have to send it to me. I have the PowerPoint from when we did the last final predictions. And I'm going to pull them up, okay? So we can start with Haley. Maybe we'll do Haley and Jacob last. What?
I mean, I think I'd like to do Erik and Virginia last. No. Absolutely not. We're doing Black Lives Matter last.
Okay.
We're saving that. That tickled me last night. You hear me?
Let's do Briana and Vincent. I feel like that's going to be, let's just start there. Let's start here. Well, Briana and Vincent. So Briana and Vincent show up to the beach house. And so Briana, they're in the bed. Brianna's like, "Are you excited for horseback riding tomorrow?" Vincent's like, "No." Sorry, Jamal. I'm too far in now. Vincent's like, "No." I'll do them next.
Sorry, I'm too far in. You just gotta let me go. You gotta let me go.
And she's like, "Oh, I guess I did book the horseback riding without talking to you." And we already know Vincent is scary in
See, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like that. We're not doing that.
We know
we're not
he's
doing
scary
that.
and gets embarrassed easily.
No,
Why you
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
What am I doing?
Listen, y'all not gonna put the term scary on black men who don't like doing activities with wild animals.
He ain't black.
Oh, okay. Wait, so you ain't black?
He's not black.
Are you black?
My father's Jamaican.
Wow. Yes. your level of black separatism knows no bounds. I am appalled. This is wrong.
I'm half Jamaican.
Can somebody in the chat tell me?
Dominican. That's not black.
Oh my gosh. Now,
hey, Siobhan. I didn't know you was in here.
What up, Doc?
Thank you. Vincent ain't black.
No, listen. All right. Whatever. Oh my gosh.
It's not.
It's just
We're
so
not
much.
handing out black cards out here.
I wish I have both of my hands on my mic so I couldn't turn my camera off. But the views of Telltale Tasha do not look at me. They do not. I got a reasons not to be canceled right now. They do not reflect Kasaun Wilson, Generation Curve Clothing Brand, or the Life of Podcast. All right. So what up, Siobhan? What up, cuz?
What, you got a check coming or something?
You know, listen. I want to tell stories about people talking in my backyard. So what are we talking about? Oh,
Vincent not being black.
Y'all not going to thank you.
I cannot. No.
Thank you.
Vincent doesn't even eat dark skin plantain.
She trying to tell you. Listen up, guys. So y'all gonna stop calling black men who don't want to do outdoor stuff scary. Riding horses is dangerous.
Yes.
And y'all not just gonna act like just because he's uncomfortable. First of all, he did it. So leave him alone.
He did, and I was so proud of him. Thank you. He had all this stuff he wanted to do. I want to do zip line. I want to go ATV, and I want to.
All right.
Well, I can understand his fear of animals. Animals, they come at you. They can. Whatever. I get it.
But he ain't
But
scary. I'm from the city. I would have the same exact feeling. Listen, when you're from the city, you don't deal with all these frivolous animals. It's pit bulls and pigeons. That's it. It's pit bulls, pigeons, and occasional cat.
His fear of horses is absolutely justified. I'm not saying it's not. The way he was talking though at the beach or wherever they was like, I don't want to do nothing that I'm uncomfortable ever. That's scary.
That's not scary.
Yes, it is.
No. See, now you're putting words in his mouth. What he said was, I don't want to be surprised. And then he named stuff I'll never do. But for the rest of the stuff that I possibly would do, I don't want to be surprised with it. Now, if you really want to have a conversation, she surprised him with something she knew he wouldn't want to do, but it's something specific.
Well, maybe she didn't know. I don't think she knew until he said it. And she was like, oh, shoot, I messed up again. I don't think she knew for sure. Because she wants to do adventures and stuff. And just a week ago, he said he wanted to do all this other stuff. Why would she think that, of course, he is scared of horses? She wouldn't know unless he told her.
I mean,
but she still shouldn't have done booked it without saying something.
Can we just say this? Briana is 0-2 with surprises. She is not a good. She gonna
learn. She's
not a good surpriser. She better figure out another surprise strategy.
She's definitely gonna learn. I just want to say something, side note about this couple. I hate watching them high five. Every time they do something, they're like, and it just feels awkward to me, and it just looks awkward. Like, I don't like watching them high five. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. It just feels really weird to me. Like I feel like they're back. Every time they do, I feel like they're on their first date, and they're like, I'm not sure about you. I'm uncomfortable. I don't know.
I legitimately have nothing to say about that. You got it. What else would you like to talk about?
It's not about Briana knowing. She only thinks of herself and what she wants to do. She's learning. She's learning.
Did you watch yesterday's episode?
Yes. That was an addition to her arsenal. She's like, okay. And this is the first time I feel like Vincent really came out and said how he felt. He was like, he literally just blatantly said, I don't want to be surprised anymore. I don't. Usually he's very passive aggressive about it, or he doesn't say it, kind of just looks at her unnervingly. Yesterday, he actually came out and said how he felt and kind of put a boundary there. And I was proud of him. He did good. So,
all right. There's a theme here that happens for this whole episode.
Yes.
So we really got to talk about this. If that's what you like doing, go do that. But this idea that I have to explore and do all this crazy stuff just because you want to live life, that ain't, no. I'm not hopping on no more wild animals just because it's like.
But you might like it.
But I may not.
Okay, and then if you don't, then you don't ever have to do it ever again. You never know. This is what Brianna was trying to say, and I completely understood what she felt because I feel the same way. I am very, very adventurous. I'll do a lot of things one time. I'm extremely adventurous. If you check out my YouTube channel, I do a lot of random things. I be jumping out of planes, jumping off cliffs. I go to countries by myself. I'm adventurous. And a lot of people say, I don't want to do that, or I don't like it, or I don't whatever it, but you never even tried. I used to be extremely, extremely scared of roller coasters. I used to never ride roller coasters ever. I was very, very scared. Hi, Danielle.
What up, guys?
And one day, this might not be the best example, but one day when I was younger, I went to an amusement park with my family, and my uncle was like, "Come get on this ride with us." And I was like, of course, I'm like, no, right? So, and I'm in line the whole time saying, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. This is like the biggest, this was like the tallest ride at Busch Gardens. I forget the name of it years ago. And I was borderline crying. But I got on the ride. And as soon as the ride was over, I wanted to go again. Like, it was my fear had been crushed. I don't know what was scared of before. I don't know if it was just because I was looking at it. But once I did it, I was like, oh, I do like this.
Okay, that's fine. If you want to ride roller coasters, you want to jump off a cliff, you want to visit countries alone, do that and tell me about it when you get back.
But you might like it if you tried it.
So let me ask you a question. Where's the line between exactly? Where's the line between fear and that's just not my thing?
I guess it's like, how do you know if it's not your thing? If you never try anything, how do you know if it's not your thing?
Have you ever been a cannibal? No. Because I've never been a cannibal, but I can tell you something that may be breaking news. It's not my thing. I just know.
Okay. I'm at the age now where I try not to convince anybody to do nothing they don't want to do. Because I'm just like, I'm going to do it, period. I just feel like you can miss out on a lot of great experiences.
Oh no, Jamal's a cannibal.
Jamal is more adventurous than me. Right. It's just riding a horse. No. That's obviously an extreme. Obviously, I'm not talking about nothing crazy. You never have to jump off a cliff. Jumping off a cliff is extreme, okay? I get that.
This is not the creep episode, Dr. Siobhan. It's a normal episode.
But like regular stuff, I just feel like people be like so anti, and I'm like, you don't even know if you're gonna like it or not.
But I know I would like not to have to try it.
I guess I feel like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people don't know what they're missing. That's all. Sometimes I just feel like people don't know what they're missing.
Jamal essentially we introduced cannibalism and Jamal said, don't knock it till you try it. We are finding out a lot about everybody. That's not what
he was talking about. Okay. Don't do that. P.S. Speedboat ride, go-kart racing, ATV, zipline, and snowboarding. Tell me which one is not more dangerous than horseback riding. Agreed.
Here's the deal. I can only speak for myself. I have a list of a bunch of stuff I want to do. Am I ever going to do it? Absolutely not.
Why?
For what?
I don't want to do it.
Well, no, not really. Yeah, kind of, but not really.
I have a list of things I want to do. I'm never going to do them. What?
Like I would love to go to Alaska someday. I'm not probably. I don't have a reason. I don't know.
Go.
I don't know. I don't want to.
You do. You just said you would love to.
No, I mean, like in theory, in theory, but like I'm not gonna really go. Like
what?
I have like a list of things that
a bunch of dreams deferred. Like, what are you saying?
No. Sure. You know what? That's a perfect way to say it. There's a list of things I'm actually gonna do. Like I'm gonna go to Africa. I'm gonna go to London. I'm gonna go to Canada. But like I would love to see Mount Rushmore. I'm not gonna go see Mount Rushmore for what?
Good. I mean, but it's so accessible. You can actually go. There's nothing holding you back.
Right. But like, no. At the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm explaining myself too well. But like, I'm
legitimately weak.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Like I want to do it.
Anything I want to do, I go do it.
But it's like I want to do it. I want to experience it, but I don't want to do it. It's not like food where it's like, let me just go do it. It's like I don't really want to do it.
You want to experience it, but you don't.
I'm not gonna actually do it.
He said I would love to go to Alaska.
All right, let me say it like this. I love experiencing new things when I love them, but I don't like to explore doing new things. You know what's so messed up about this? This makes perfect sense in my head. And I know that it doesn't sound right. I get it. I understand how it sounds. The things that I've explored doing that I enjoy, I love the experience, but I don't like doing new things.
And imagine how many more experiences you would love to do if you did them because you enjoyed the previous
care.
one.
I don't care though. That part I can definitively tell you I actually don't care.
Wow. Interesting.
I've never smoked weed a day in my life.
Oh man.
Again, another thing I don't feel like I need to try. I'm good.
Wow. Interesting. Jerry understands you, apparently. The rest of us
Thank you, Jerry.
Are lost.
Jerry,
the rest of us are lost.
If you can use your words and articulate what I'm trying to say in the chat, I feel like it will be a tremendous help to me. We're talking about Vincent, and this turned into a personal attack on me, and I don't appreciate it.
I'm just trying to you're trying to make us understand what Vincent
Tasha,
feels, and I don't understand.
Your sarcasm was a lot lower when your Wi-Fi was low, and now that your wristband is high.
I told y'all when I get my internet together, don't look.
I get it. It's fine. But I'm saying I understand the idea of not wanting to try new things. Although you do enjoy new things, you may not necessarily want to try them.
All right. Okay. So
you're just gonna take an extra dramatic pause so it can land. Okay. I see what kind of episode this is gonna be.
I think we needed to let it sink in.
Let's wait till 9:00. I'll get it back.
I think we needed to let it sink in. Okay, so that happened. Exactly. It's like you're never gonna do nothing new. You're gonna live your same life every day.
Not on a bare horse's back. No.
And that's exactly what I said. Okay. I'm glad you remember. Because she was the one that was coming for me that night that my internet was going crazy.
Well,
and I'd say when my internet get right,
here's something to try me. Here's something to remember. The night's still young.
That's fine. You can tell though Vincent shows a lot of common signs of anxiety for sure.
What?
Sure. Yeah.
He did it though.
That doesn't mean he wasn't anxious about it.
Here's the deal. The only thing they showed him doing was looking at the horse, having to be talked on.
I don't think she just means in this moment. Just over the season, we've seen him. But he did it. I was super he did it, and I'm super proud of him. And then now he can say, "I did." Like a lot some stuff. This one of the things my father taught me. When I was a little bit younger than I am now. He said, "What? What head am I? You think all of that?" That's interesting. That's an interesting take. But my dad told me, huh?
That's that explain.
Yes, one head am I? Explain, please. My dad told me, because he was really proud of me for doing random things. I'm adventurous. Once I got a taste of adventure and trying something new, I was like, ooh, maybe I could try this and maybe I could try this. So I just started doing a bunch of different things. And my dad was an explorer as well. My dad loved to travel, and he liked all sports. He just did a lot of different things with people, just tried a lot of things once. And he was like, it allows you to be, it allows you to be a part of the conversation. So when you go places and you meet different people, it allows you to have the experiences to be a part of different conversations, to be a part. When you haven't, it's like you're just listening, or you're just not a part.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What's your favorite place that you visited?
It's a tie.
Okay.
Between Italy. No, maybe it's a 3-way tie. Italy. I loved Spain. I really, really loved Italy. And I also really love Jamaica.
Now, which one has the best weather?
Jamaica.
Now, let me say this. I haven't been to any of those places, and I'm still a part of the conversation. So none of that what your dad said was true. Moving on.
So when I talk about the food in Spain, and
I go to Chipotle. Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
Anyway, okay, so Jamal, you feel me. Okay. What y'all saying? Siobhan, you're hilarious. Jerry said Briana doesn't help with her whining baby voice pressuring him. I love that you have this profile picture. It just makes everything so much greater. That's funny. One Hannah says, okay, so you're talking about, you said Vincent has low self-esteem, and you're saying common characteristics of people with lowest self-esteem include higher levels of anxiety, problems with social interaction, and preoccupation with others' perceived opinions. Interesting.
Okay.
Some people don't care what people think at all.
Okay.
some people. He's in his head a lot with what he says or doesn't say. This is true. He's worried about how he looks when he doesn't know how to do things. He always wants to be really good. And you can't be really good at everything unless you try things. He's preoccupied with the future and struggles with being in the moment. I can see that. He don't be present a lot. But that's okay. It's nothing. I don't think it's anything super wrong with that. What?
Oh, you guys are.
We analyzing.
All right, sure.
My dad also said, what if you go on a date and she says she wants to go ice skating and you haven't ever been? You want to be out there slipping?
So here's the bigger point to me.
Okay.
He doesn't like exploring, but he did it for her. And then afterwards he shared, hey, these are probably things I'll never want to do. And these other things just don't surprise me with it.
Yes.
Why is that not he did it?
He did. And it was great. I'm really proud of him. It was great. And like I said, I was also proud of him with having that conversation with her afterward and actually expressing his boundary and letting her know that this is not okay. I was very proud of Vincent in these moments. And then later on, so later on when they're like having dinner with the couples or whatever, excuse me, the Last Supper, they were talking about where they were going to live. And Vincent was like, well, yeah, she's going to move into my place. And Briana perked up. She's looking at him across the table like, oh, she's like, she's listening. She ain't saying nothing though, which I'm proud of her. But she's like, and he's like, yeah, she can move in with me. I really love my apartment.
She was the only person who didn't say anything at that table.
Because she's smart. She's smart.
Respect.
And then we find out that wasn't a conversation that they actually had because when they had it alone, she said, you really sure about the fact that I'm supposed to be moving in with you? And I ain't say all of that. And he's like, well, yeah. So when you move in, she's like, oh, you real sure? And he's like, girl, ain't nobody worry about you. He's like, you do, you get everything else. I'm gonna have this one. And I don't know if I couldn't really tell if it was like a real issue for her or if she was just being petty, which could have been the case. She just could have been having a petty.
Very real issue, I think.
Yeah?
Yes.
Huh.
You gotta.
Oh, you think so too, Jamal?
Yeah, you know, she's very like she's an A personality. At least that's what I thought. So I don't see no A personality just being like swinging with the, you know what I'm saying, going with the flow.
But I mean, I would assume they would be planning that. It wouldn't be a go with the flow type of thing. No.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Funny how Brianna doesn't said she doesn't want Vincent running her, but she wants to run the show all the time. Right.
She says she don't want Vincent running her.
She don't want nobody running her. But then she also says she want a man that she could follow and listen to. It doesn't matter. They're gonna be renting the rest of their lives with that crazy budget. Agreed.
That's funny.
Did I miss anything? She wants to. Yeah. This is the point. She wants to share new experiences with him, and he doesn't want to. How does you said your wife is an explorer, she likes to travel. She doesn't care at all that you don't want to go?
Well, she probably does. No, for real. We have this thing where like she tells me the things that she really wants to do.
Okay.
And then the rest of it, like she's into like whitewater rafting. She's what's the thing where you don't care about your life no more in the plane?
Skydiving?
Yep, she's done that. I'm good. I don't want none of that. So, Ernie,
this is my other monitor.
Sure, whatever you call them. So she has like her thing, her trips. Like she went to Arizona a couple weeks ago when we were on. She was in Arizona with her girls. I got work. I don't want to go. They wanted to go to the what's the hole?
The canyon?
There you go. She wanted to go to the Grand Canyon and go to Arizona, so they went to Arizona. Have at it. I'm good. I don't feel. Have fun.
You don't feel left out ever when she comes back and is so excited with all these new experiences?
At all. Hold on. Let me pull it. Not at all. Couldn't care less. Go have fun. Couldn't care less.
Okay. That's a good dynamic.
But I do understand, like, so let's say like one trip I have to go. The next two, go do your thing. I don't want to go.
Yeah, I don't know. Every marriage can be its own thing. Like Virginia has been trying to teach us. My issue with Bree is her lack of compromise. Vince can do new things with her, just discuss them together as a married couple. Agree. It is hard for someone with a strong personality like Brianna's to not take a lot of initiative or take control when the partner is super laid back. Yeah. She doesn't want to wait for him to initiate because she's taking too long for her. Somebody said that earlier. Where did I miss that?
I just put you on a Christmas tree boat last week.
Hold on. Who said it? Somebody said something about he needs to initiate. I lost it. But anyway, yeah, she's not gonna give him the opportunity to come out and say it. She's gonna be like, okay, we ain't been doing nothing for a while. We about to do this. She don't give him the opportunity, and he is and I don't mean slow in a bad way, but just like he takes his time with things and takes time to process. So he needs just his time, which is fine.
So you're gonna call him scary and slow?
I just said not slow in a bad way.
But you said it. It's like in court when you say things and they like strike it from the record, but the jury heard it. It's like you done called the man slow and scary in the same episode.
You can share new experiences without doing everything with your mate. Yeah, you don't have to do everything, but you got to do something to share experience together.
Yeah, look through the pictures when you get back.
No. Okay. Anywho, that's all the notes I had about them. Do you have anything else to say about Briana and Vincent?
Nah, I'm good. They all right.
Yeah, they're gonna say yes. That child conversation didn't come up this week, so they should be fine for the next 7 days, 7-8 days.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
Imagine how the other person feels, though.
Right.
I mean, well, I mean, I guess it would depend. You just have to match up with somebody who is okay. Like Kasaun doesn't care at all. How did Jamal talk to us? How does your wife feel about like your love for travel and stuff like that? I know she travels with you sometimes, but a lot of times it's you be out here. How does your wife feel about it? I don't know if they'll be okay though. Vincent is a major stuffer.
Like he stuffs his emotions in.
I thought she meant like stuffy, like uptight. Clarify yourself, Asia.
I'm gonna assume she means stuffing his emotions in, because I don't view him as a stuffy person. I think Briana will be the person. What is the point of being married?
If you don't want to share new experiences with each other, is what he's saying.
What?
You just want to do the same thing over and over again for the rest of your lives?
Yes. What?
What? I mean, look, like I said, every marriage gonna be every marriage.
I didn't get married. I didn't get married to have somebody to fly in a helicopter with over the south of France. I got married to being a onesie and on the couch and rewatching episodes of Martin with. That's what I got married for. I got married for the chill stuff.
Briana got married so she could have adventures with her husband.
You married a tour guide. I don't want a tour guide. I want somebody I love and like, and I don't need to have an experience to enjoy their company. Which I'm not saying that's what you are if you want to explore. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for me, I just want to sit in the house, eat some good food, and chill and laugh and have a good time. And I appreciate that while my wife is different than me, we've created a space where she can still have what fulfills her, and I can still have what fulfills me, and we can sacrifice when it's necessary.
I think that's what's important.
Yeah.
I think that's what's important. That you're both still fulfilled.
Yeah.
So Asia, so it's what you said, Kasaun. He stuffs his emotions. Briana has a fear of getting pregnant. Maybe Vincent should just say, do what?
That's probably why she's doing all that adventure stuff, so she don't have to get. Never mind.
Just do you? I'm sorry. My brain's not computing. I can't even think the end of it. I'm trying to like fix it, but I can't in my mind.
Brianna has a fear of getting pregnant. Maybe Vincent should just say, "Do you?" Won't know until you do. He won't know it until he just says, "Do you?"
Okay. Thank you. My brain.
I did 7 years undergrad. I'm built for this. No, I'm joking.
My boyfriend is super laid back, and I have a lot of energy and take initiative with planning a lot of dates. So I feel her. I do ask though to make sure he is okay with it, or else we would do karaoke every weekend. I would love that. I love karaoke. But if I'm flying to France by myself when I'm single, why do I need to get married to do the same thing?
So you have someone to come home to once you get back from France. And listen, everybody.
Tell us how your wife feels.
Everybody is different. I want to just say that. I'm not saying that how I feel is right. I'm just saying this is how I operate. These are my preferences, my life.
And if your marriage is working, it's working. Period.
It works for us.
Period.
It doesn't mean we have conversations where she's like, "Don't you want to go to Thailand?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." Let's kill that now. But I do want to go get some wings. And that's how most of our conversations go. And then we compromise and figure it out in the middle. And that's just me.
That's fine. Like I said, if your wife likes it, I love it.
You ever travel with an ex?
No.
Your voice got real deep and introspective when you said that.
I have had a travel partner, but we weren't together. What?
Okay. Y'all see she always just leave stories right where they are.
I've had a travel partner. If you go look at my travel vlogs on my channel, you'll see. There was a guy I used to travel with all the time. Silly. Okay.
That's all. I ain't got nothing else for Brianna and Vincent. They all right.
Cool. So please, because I'm wondering what is the middle compromise between wings and Thailand?
Clearly, wings from a Thai restaurant. It's right there for you guys. No, I'm joking. Well, she don't know this, but I'm planning an overseas trip next year.
So she doesn't watch these.
I mean, some of them, but sometimes she don't watch the episode until like it's a bunch of times when she be working. So she's watching the episode as we're filming this, and then she'll go back and watch it, and then she'll be like, "You were wrong about this."
It's supposed to be a surprise. Are you sharing it now?
I mean, it's not a surprise. She'll know. I didn't say where. I didn't say where. I could,
That's wonderful.
And that's the only trip I'm doing next year. I don't want to do nothing. Leave me alone.
Okay. I'm sure she'll be greatly appreciative.
She better be. That'd be the last trip. Never mind.
That's how men are. If you were like this one thing, I ain't never doing nothing else ever again. Like,
okay, Jerry. Oh, okay, Jerry. I see. I didn't put that together.
I think my marriage is different though. I review flights, so I may literally fly around the world in 72 hours. She doesn't want to do that, but I guess okay, that makes sense. Jamal just takes flights to let us know what first class feels like on different planes.
Hey Jamal, throw some travel flight websites in the chat so we all have access to it.
He got something coming.
All right, cool.
When black folks say if you like it, I love it. Wait, what? You know what?
Yeah. Good job, Jerry. Thank you.
I ain't waiting for nobody to travel. If I'm going somewhere, I'm going somewhere, period. If you want to go, we not going.
That man to fix your internet. Now you don't need him to be your travel buddy. Anyway.
70% of the time she's with you. Okay, cool. Anyway, y'all want to do, or Jamal said Haley and Jacob, so we're going to do Haley and Jacob next.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So like I was saying earlier, Haley and Jacob went up to the, hold on, what? LC travel group registration open, attending both Thai wings and things.
I'm with it. Add it to the brochure.
Siobhan, I really hope you're taking notes on all of these things so that we can actually have something at a later date.
Including the breakdown of the 3 days of the conference. I need all of that.
Yes, for sure. Because we need to have a production meeting. Siobhan, you're invited to the next production meeting when we have to plan the EOC conference. You are the secretary, so don't forget. Okay. So Haley and Jacob, they drive separately up to the beach house. Why? Because they had a fight, or they were just not in a great place, about the bracelet and stuff. Haley returned the bracelet, came in overnight shipping. She returned the bracelet and was petty about it when she said it. And my mom said she wanted to make sure this gets into your hands. Okay, just put it on the table like he did. Okay, you don't have to say nothing. Anyway, and so
see, why do you keep doing this? You be picking sides every week. You flip flop to a different person in this relationship. 100%. Some days you just team Jake, then other weeks you team Haley.
Like last week, I'm not with Haley. I'm not with Haley after last week. I didn't like what she was doing. I was with Haley for the whole time until last week. I didn't like that.
She do be trying. It don't know. Listen, she be trying 100%. You can only give, but so
I did not
much.
say 100%.
You said
I said
7.
40%.
No, see, no.
I said 6 at first, not 7, and then I said 4.
How you gonna fix your own lie and then fact check it? I said 4. First of all, I said 6. How you gonna correct me on your own miscalculation? What is this?
Don't keep trying to make it go up. I know what I said.
No, you said 7. I remember that.
6.
Jamal, did she say 6 or 7?
Jamal, what did I say?
I remember her saying 7, and then after I looked at you crazy, you said what? Like, now you be acting. You said what? And then you said 4, or you said 3 or 4 after I said that.
Anywho, so they drive separately up there. Haley left first, but Jacob got there before her and was there for a while, apparently by himself, and decided to make himself some eggs because that's all he eats is steak and eggs. And so he made himself 8 eggs to eat by himself while he was waiting for everyone to get there. When Haley finally arrives, she's like, I said we were cooking tonight. Because apparently the couple was supposed at first she was saying, I said I was cooking tonight. And I was okay, girl, you can still cook. Like, he ain't do nothing to you. What, he need to wash a dish or what? Like, you can cook. But come to find out, she was saying that them as a couple were supposed to cook for the other couples that night. And then they getting petty about, you didn't respond to my text message. I just text you, you didn't respond to that. They just making it harder for themselves.
Is it me? Maybe I just read too much into this. In the beginning of the episode, she was packing a bag and left and said like, hey, I'll see you up there. And he was just in the house chilling.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, he got there 5-hour drive and he done made it to the house before her.
Way before her, apparently. Enough to wait and then make 8 whole eggs. Fried eggs take time. So that was interesting.
He was pretty petty.
Yeah, for sure.
He said, you didn't respond to my text message. He did that side eye thing again, which is like, it's like he's sitting on the couch, side eyeing her, and she's in the kitchen. She can't even see it. He's side eyeing through verbal conversation.
Yeah. I thought that he was lying, Jamal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I took it as like, he said you didn't respond. And she was like, oh, I just saw this when I was pulling up. And so,
I
don't know. Somebody lied.
His energy the whole night, the whole trip was all
combative.
It leads me to believe that he got there, cooked them eggs.
He got there and was ready for violence.
That's a fact.
He was ready for violence.
That's a fact. He said
the drive in the separate cars was a bad decision because they had a good weekend, and then the drive home put them in back in a bad mood and reminded them of the hurdles. Possibly. We don't even know. Okay, so we're gonna say what happened then. So then the couple, so Jacob kind of goes about his business. Haley starts cooking for the people, leaves her in there to cook by herself. Didn't offer to help. Went into his room. So the couples get there. She's all excited to see them, blah, blah, blah. No, Asia. She left first and said, I'll see you up there. She left.
She left the house first. Now, did she go to work and then he left?
Possibly.
It could have been edited. Who knows?
It could be anything.
We're not here for facts.
So So yeah, he's gone, and so the couple's come in, and she's cooking, and here she go. Both of them was just on one. Here she go. Yeah, I'm in here cooking alone tonight because, like,
Diary of a mad white woman.
my goodness. And she's like, yeah, he got here and just made himself some food and left me to cook all by myself. Y'all want to help me? So that happens. So anyway, then they sit down to eat dinner. Jacob starts going ham at dinner, this first dinner. Like, anything anybody say, he got to dig at Haley. Jamal, what did he say? Because I didn't write down the quotes. But he was going, oh, you're saying her pay was another level? He started it today?
Well,
At that dinner?
well. Here's
I
the
can't remember
thing.
who started the conversation, but he was
no
on it.
So from what I remember, Captain Vaca asked everybody, what did you learn from this process? And everybody went around, and when it got to Jake,
and she was drunk too. She
that's
was the
fine.
only one that was drunk. She was smiley as a mug.
That's fine. So they asked, hey, what have you all learned from this process? And I must say that when Jake started talking about what he learned from this process, I thought, I'm a little closer to believing that,
Believing what?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Quite possibly, allegedly, maybe. Because the answer didn't say anything. He said a lot and nothing at the same time. And I was like, wow, somebody, would probably say something like that. So here's what I want to say though. Why every time he opened his mouth, she was stewing inside. She was burning. You could see her face. It was turning a color, orange and red hybrid color that I have never seen on a person before. She was brewing, and then she blurted out like, "You mean you didn't learn nothing about yourself personally?" And that is when it started. She should have just let him stumble and his way through, and she did not. She could not let it go. And he was ready. He was here for it. And let me tell you something. I was just about to say it, Asia. You can take digs at him, but you gotta remember he's a grown man.
He was absolutely a child this episode.
Woo.
So yeah, so he basically said he didn't learn nothing by himself. And she's like, what? How do you not learn anything about yourself? Like, everybody literally has learned something about themselves. It's been 8 weeks or whatever. And he's just got back to don't say nothing to me because I'm coming for you attitude. Can't remember exactly what he said because it was just, he was firing them off. And I was literally looking at TV like, wow.
Yeah, he was ready to go. So
they was going back and forth. He said something. What did he say? So they were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She said something about she wasn't comfortable, whatever. He was like, yeah, because it was too heavy. And then she was like, oh, she like mocked him. And then Virginia was like, don't mock. And then
it was Takeover versus Ether, and it was a fight to the end.
Yeah, it was quite a spectacle. This was the entertainment that I was looking for last week. Because last week was really boring. This week they was coming in hot. But that was interesting. And so then the couples, they played the mapsology game to see which couples knew each other the best. and sure enough,
Rain Man won.
Sure enough, wow. Team Harambe won, which is Jacob and Haley, and they knew more about each other than anybody else. After they already been saying that they don't know anything about each other. and that they have no connection. That's how it always is, right? Because that happened last season. Who won? Somebody won the game who we thought wouldn't win.
Wasn't it Karen and Miles?
Right. Karen and Miles won, and they were like, apparently they had like no connection. She didn't want him, like she didn't want him around, all this stuff, but they knew the most about each other. Interesting. Right.
Well,
R.I.P.
I think Jake said exactly what it is. He said, listen, we know all of these things about each other, and that's all we know. That's it. That exhausts everything we did in that game is our entire connection. It is a list of facts that we can guess at random.
No, he said because that's all they did is talk. They ain't do nothing else. Which is fair. But anyway, then after that, they go fishing or they go crabbing to go get crabs for
that was fun.
Couples. Would you do that?
No.
They went crabbing and got crabs for, dinner another night.
No, absolutely not.
And they had fun doing that together. It looked like a good time. So that was like kind of the beginning of their 34th reset. And then they came back and they did the love letter exercise to each other. And it was nice. They both kind of said the same things about each other, how they're both loyal, hardworking, ambitious people, whatever. And that was like, I don't know. It was like, okay, so you do think that there are positive qualities about me. And, that kind of softened or broke down the wall that they had up.
I was pleasantly surprised that Jake put that many consecutive sentences together.
What are you trying to say?
Well, before he started reading, I was like, "Uh-oh, here we go." And it wasn't. I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, "Wow." And then they came to an epiphany about why they were matched, and they were like, then they both had that moment of like, yeah, but still, absolutely not. Still no. But I can see why it could not be. But yeah.
We're not getting over this. Speaking of going crabbing, Vincent was up there grabbing some live crabs and won't ride a horse because it's dangerous. He did a good job on the letter.
It was decent.
They both did. And it softened. Right. She just relax. She just kept going in at it. Just let it happen.
I mean, it was funny though.
It was. It was entertainment that I needed.
He played off of it. He said, well, yeah, I might write a little big, but not double space. I was like, oh, was that a pleasant interaction?
That was his humor. Like she finally, he has that sarcastic humor that she didn't get before, and now she gets it.
It was the first time that their humor played off of each other in a productive way. Because, man, listen, they won that game, but there were so many times Haley knew she was about to win the question, but she was like, yeah, that's Jacob. When he was explaining why he hates, was it clowns or water balloons or something? What is something random like?
Balloon animals.
Yeah. And they were like, who doesn't like balloon animals? She was like,
everybody knew that though. Everybody was like,
and that man had the most eloquent explanation for why he hates balloon animals. But, it's good to see them
resetting.
Yeah, well, no, not resetting. It's not a reset. It's over.
No, they said Haley said the letters reset them.
All right, who's next? Because okay.
So then they had a good night. Then they're cooking the crabs and stuff. Everybody's laughing, having a good time. It was a good energy all around. Everything was, they got their reset on. Then Jacob, at the crack of dawn, before anyone wakes up, grabs all of his things, all of his button-ups, all of his dress shoes, all of his everything, and leaves the house before anyone sees him. Doesn't say bye to anyone. Can't tell if he's angry. We don't know what happened. And he just leaves. Production gives us no clue.
I mean, he planned it. When he said we decided to drive up separately, that man knew.
But why couldn't he just? Why would he leave like that without saying bye to any of the guys and bye to they had a good night. Everybody had a good night the night before. Like they had a good time together.
That man is hurt to the point of no return. There is nothing.
That is so funny. That is. Yeah, I noticed that. When Clara said that she got this neon sign or that she loves. And Haley was like, "Oh my God, I love that sign." Jacob said, "Oh."
He said, "Oh man,
you like the neon signs, do you?"
Oh, if you and Ryan don't work out, come over here.
He said, "Wow." Now all of a sudden you like neon. Wow. And he was like, "You know what? That's why this ain't gonna work."
Jacob is hurt to the point of no return. If she confronted him about why he left early, I would bet money the word bracelet would be mentioned in the first 3 minutes. And I don't know how he would do it, but he would find a way.
Well, we'll see. I want to know what happened. I'm like, did he have to go to work?
The man is hurt to the point of no return. It don't matter how good of a time they have. He is gone.
That's weird, though.
That's weird.
It's like you.
Have you been watching the whole season? It just got weird to you?
It's like, but that's like you throwing a tantrum. If it's something like you just threw a tantrum to get attention, basically. That's what that was. You were leaving early like that, gone with the wind, was to get attention.
Tasha, the man took time out of their last exercise of writing letters to themselves to create an argument about the bracelet.
But the thing is, that was relevant.
What?
The bracelet thing was relevant at the time. Right. But when would you like him to leave? I would like him to leave when everybody else left together. When everybody was saying bye to each other. But it doesn't matter. He's gone. He's a grown man. He can do whatever he want to do. So
what Haley and Jacob are doing is what we call in the sports world running the clock out.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's just run the clock out. Let's get to the end on a good note so we can both look good on TV.
For sure. I mean, they're not going to look good, but that's all they can do. So, who's next? He's grasping at anything that he can't. Yes, that's how I feel. He's doing whatever he can to just make her mad at this point. So, who's next? We did Briana and who'd you want to do last? Clara and Ryan, right?
That's a fact.
All right. So, Captain Karen. So they start driving up. They issue started early.
Tasha, let's get to it because I need to know. Let's just cut straight to the chase. Who are you saying is more wrong in yesterday's episode? I just need to know.
Wait, what? At their whole thing?
Out of Virginia and Erik from yesterday's episode, who was more wrong? I just need to hear you say it.
They were wrong about different things. They were wrong about different things.
Who was more wrong on yesterday's episode?
They were equally wrong.
Equally wrong?
Maybe I'm not adding it up right. But
let me hear it.
Right. Like,
I need to hear this. I need to hear it. I'm up here for the last conversation. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Hold on one second.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Hey, y'all, we about to meet Ernest. Everybody,
No, you're not. Shut up.
here comes a travel buddy. Hey, y'all, we finally get to meet Ernest. Isn't this a big day? Somebody's at the door of Tasha's house. It is a grown individual. We finally get to see Ernest in all of his icy hot Werther's original glory. I could not be more excited. Here we go. Hello?
What did I miss you say?
I think we heard a knock at the door and we just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Everything's fine. So
Did they get in okay?
yes.
Oh, now we're on mute. Oh, we were muted for the directions.
Anyway,
Guys, I've tried my best to introduce you all to Ernest. It did not work out.
there is no Ernest.
She muted us to give him directions on how to navigate while she's live. I've done what I can do. Oh, Jamal.
So
there we go. Hey, Jamal.
yes.
Hey, Jamal. I know you screenshotted her direction. Can you translate? What did she say to Ernest?
Right, it's the Comcast before.
No, that wasn't no Comcast girl. That was a grown man.
Anyway, so this started off with Erik in the wrong.
Oh, we just going back into the episode.
What are we supposed to do?
I think the chat. I don't know. Maybe the chat has questions. I have questions. Fine. Virginia, Erik. Nobody.
I see no questions.
You're right. No questions. Got you. You were saying?
So it started off Erik in the wrong. They get in the car. She was literally having friendly conversation, and he was like, "I don't like when you do that." Like she didn't even say that first. She was like joking, and he was like, "I hate when you get on me in front of the cameras. You always do that." And she was like, "Okay." It was like that. It was like a change quickly. I didn't like that. How he just turned on her like that. It was weird.
There's a question.
But not justice. Asia, I cannot cheat on someone who doesn't exist.
Wow.
Okay, I cannot cheat on someone who doesn't exist. Okay, so this hashtag, I can't help you.
Tasha, you have really changed.
I have changed. And then when they get to dinner that first night and they're talking whatever, he's talking about, I gotta be patient with this one, like she's a child. I didn't like that either.
That was disrespectful.
Okay, so.
Oh, shh.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with me. Yeah, everything's fine over here.
And so, what are you listening for? What are you trying to hear? I have my headphones in.
Oh Lord, his earpiece not working?
This is not Ernest. Ernest doesn't exist. Can we continue?
Please.
Dude, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
All right. Listen, I'm listening to everything that is coming over from your side of the screen.
No, I have a guest at my home tonight. I'm a hotel. Wait, how he did on what? Finish your sentence. So he's like, I had to be. Oh, wait, I don't know what you're talking about. I've had to be so patient with this one. Like she's a child, and like he has to train her. These are like $5 from the corner store. Or I have a microphone. And then they had a drunken fight on night one that we didn't know about. Then they're talking. They was talking on the beach.
Aren't all their fights drunken fights?
I think that one fight when they were in the bed about the dog wasn't drunken.
Ooh, but
because it was like the next morning.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Go ahead.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, that's funny.
So then they're on the beach, right? They had a drunken argument. And then they're on the beach and he's talking about this fight makeup is not going to work in the long run. But then they're arguing about like saying yes on decision day, kind of like, well, I know what I'm going to say. I think I know what I'm going to say. Maybe I'm not. It's like really, I didn't understand their like conversation on the beach. It was very awkward. Like, I'm going to say this. Are you going to say this? I'm going to say this. Well, I'm going to say this if you say this. I think you're going to say this. Sometimes I can't tell what you're going to say. What are you going to say? And it was very cryptic. Kasaun, what are you looking at?
I just checked my phone. Does anybody else want to see? Or I only like to give the people what they want. If the people don't want it,
what are you trying to show?
Well, I have received a message with a picture, and I feel like people deserve.
Andrew, you're messy.
All right. Well, I mean, all right.
Hi, Crystal.
You see the? Wait, can you see?
No, we see your words.
Do you see who it's from?
I cannot.
Yeah, see?
I cannot.
But I'm crazy, right? All right. Well, what were you saying about Erik and Virginia?
I'm dead.
Apparently, cuz Siobhan, apparently.
I'm so dead. OMG. Oh, my stomach. I did. Woo! Hilarious.
What were you saying about Virginia?
My stomach. I did ab workouts earlier. Help me, Lord. Anyway, so I was talking about their fight on the.
I'm a man of the people. I do it for y'all. I do this for y'all.
I'm crying. I'm so glad that you guys watch my channel. Y'all are real subscribers. I appreciate it. Hey, Reese, I didn't know you was here.
Reese Ben said something.
Did she? I missed it. Can we get back to the beach?
Go ahead, please.
Siobhan. I'm asking you about the beach and the awkward conversation they were having on the beach.
Yeah. What about it?
What were they saying?
Well, Virginia was expressing, it was like they were having like the I'm hurt, I'm not sure about you Olympics, where it's like she would express like, hey, I don't feel secure in this relationship. And then he'd be like, well, I don't feel secure either. So you need to assure me. And then she's like, but I need to be assured. It's like,
Right.
Whoa, what's going on?
That's exactly what was happening. Because I was confused. I'm like, what are y'all saying? You guys aren't saying anything.
Literally nothing.
And then when they got back with the couples, they started fighting again. So then they had their living situation fight in public, which was very awkward. When everybody's who was it? Ryan or Clara asked, what's everybody doing? Ryan, what's everybody gonna do when they move in with each other? And Virginia was like, well, I'm gonna stay in my apartment because my lease ain't up for another few months, and he's always gone anyway, so I'm gonna stay in my apartment with my kids. And he was like, but I think that it's logical. Everyone agree with me. It's logical to just move into my place because I own, she rents. And then so they're just trying to convince people to be on their side.
Well, first of all, can I just say this? Because this is the first thing I wanted to say. My second biggest takeaway of the episode. I didn't appreciate Erik sitting there snickering when other couples were arguing with each other. They kept cutting away to him being like, look at them having problems.
He wants them to be the best so bad.
Huh?
He wants them to be the best so bad. And they're not the best.
You want to be an expert on this show so badly. But, I felt bad for Virginia.
At that point. Yeah, and then he was like, I just understand because, and I'm not the type to give ultimatums, but he's not the one.
You literally have been giving ultimatums since mid-January.
Ultimatum.
That's a fact.
Big superiority complex. They're done for. Erik is delusional. Virginia's just lashing out because he's too controlling. I also think that's why she's lashing out. That's exactly what I think also. Very entitled. And so,
but
then they're in the bed. So, okay. So up until this point, who you think been in the wrong up until this point?
Erik, for sure.
Okay. So this last part of it is only 5 minutes of the show.
But man, let me tell you something about this 5 minutes. This did everything for me. This told me everything I needed to know.
Explain to people what happened because some people don't watch.
Virginia doesn't mind if Erik dies. Basically, they're having a conversation about what's going to happen when they move in with each other. And Virginia's level of concern for his natural well-being is lower than Haley's idea or Haley's chances of wearing that bracelet before decision day. It is that is how high it is. They had a conversation about her cats and her dogs. First of all, she said it with everybody else. She said, hey, listen, we have to really work out our living situation because I have my 3 animals and it's an animal conversation. Okay, that's fine. Then they get in the bed and she is fighting. Ooh, okay, Danielle.
Exactly. He lied about that.
So that's not true?
No, he lied about that when he literally went to her apartment. He told her beforehand that he's allergic to cats. Went to her apartment, was completely fine the entire time, and was like, and the cats were in the room with him the entire time, and he just didn't know it. And then when he saw the cat, he was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm allergic." She was like, "So you're not allergic?" And he was like, "No, I am." She's like, "But you're not though, because you were fine until you saw the cat. The cat was here the entire time."
As somebody who is allergic to dogs and cats, let me just say, sometimes it does take a while for the allergy to kick in. I'm not turning into Telltale Tasha and saying that he's not lying. I'm not. Listen, we're not saying the same thing. Flip it on the tongue. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is he could be allergic. But even if he's not allergic, even if he's not, shout out Crystal, shout out to all the people allergic to animals. Shout out to y'all. We out here. Well, you don't have to do that. Even if he's not allergic, the idea that if he was allergic, she said some things yesterday I just couldn't believe. He's saying, but I'm allergic. You know what she said? You know what she said in response to that? She said, but they sleep on me. What? What do you mean they sleep on you?
I'm trying to sleep on you. What are you talking about, ma'am?
And then listen, the most sober thing she said all season, her voice dropped. She was not playing. She said, I'm not going to lock them out. I said, oh.
He said, why not?
She said, because they're used to sleeping on me. He said, what? He said, but what about me? She said, don't say it like that. I was like, what? Don't say it like what? She said, you don't care if I die? She was like, don't care if you die. Don't say it like that. He's like, but no. Like, what if I actually die though? And she's like, don't say that.
She was wrong for that part.
She says things yesterday that I'm like, wow. It's like kind of like it was a very Donald Trumpish way of going about, where it's like where you say something logical and you think you have somebody in the corner, and then they say something to let you know, like, I was never in a corner to begin. He's like, they can't sleep in the bed because I'm allergic. And she was like, but they'll be sleeping on me. And she was like, no, but you don't understand. They literally sleep on me. Wow. That is brilliant. She's a brilliant debater. I would have never thought to say that. I know you'll be sleeping next to me, but they'll be sleeping directly on me, so it won't matter.
It almost doesn't matter if he's allergic. She was unrelenting, and they have to sleep in the bed or lock them out, and that's the line which is mind-blowing. Yeah, exactly.
And the bigger issue is that they both want signs that the other one is willing to bend.
But this cat thing, ma'am, this is not acceptable in any way.
He said, so I'm going to have to take allergy medicine every single night. It's tough because I have to sleep and all. She was like, don't say it like that. I'm like, don't say. Why do you keep saying that? I'm literally detailing what my life would be like.
I do think that this is a part of her lashing out, though. I want to believe that she is not crazy. I want to believe that, and I want to believe that this is the lashing out due to his being always so controlling. And she's just like, no, I'm gonna do everything I want to do now because you're not finna control me in any way. Which this is absolutely ridiculous, though.
I would just never think to look my wife in the face and be like, I know this could kill you, but it's been 5 years, and this is the way they're my children.
Yeah, that's like narcissistic stuff.
I've never made a relationship. I've never made a huge decision relationship-wise based on an animal.
Me neither.
I don't, and I'm not the biggest animal. Well, let me not say that because I don't want to get canceled. But I Animals are great. I love them.
But you don't want to experience them.
But I've never said to myself, like, I'm not going to marry this person because they're allergic and they sleep on me. So, like, you got to go. It's 2 cats and a dog. The dog don't sleep on her for some reason. The dog is irrelevant in this conversation. Now it's the cats. The dog was the big conversation 3 weeks ago. It was the dog. See, this is the thing. It was Erik and Virginia over the dog. And now this week, it's Erik and Virginia over the cats. And then next week, it'll be a hamster on decision day. It'll be a snake on the reunion show.
A bird.
It's a lot going. It'll be a parrot.
It's really an excuse for them. At this point, it's just like an excuse. It's like it don't feel like they're trying to meet in a middle ground at all. Is this something that we need to discuss?
No.
Oh, okay. Because your face was looking like.
No, I'm not afraid of dogs whatsoever.
Okay.
I'm just not a big fan of things that can't talk.
Okay, that's fair.
I feel like if you bite me, I should get a reasonable English explanation.
Babies?
As well. I love babies, but I feel like if you bite me or punch me, we should talk about it.
Fair. If she really cared, she would research things like we'd done for them to live together because I heard there is a machine. Reese says there was no attempt at a compromise. Between the pets and the living arrangement, they will have to give a meet in the middle somewhere. They don't want to. They don't want to. At this point, they're purposely like not trying to find middle ground.
Hey, Crystal and Danielle, y'all ever dated somebody with cats or dogs? I'm curious.
I'm not an animal fan, but my boyfriend is, and I told him I'm only willing to accommodate one animal. She has too many animals, though.
So, question.
Jake has 4 dogs.
Yeah, and he'll need all of them when she divorces.
But he's been compromising. He doesn't let that killer dog out, and he only lets like one dog at a time. And he mostly plays with her dog, so he's been compromising on that.
Hey Tasha, how many animals is too many animals?
2.
How many kids is too many kids?
10, 7.
Okay, let me rephrase the question. This is a man that is interested in you. If he has more than 10 kids, you wouldn't date him.
Oh, you meant he already has kids? I thought you meant like how many kids like would I feel comfortable with having around?
No.
Me having them.
You said you will.
You're talking about with somebody I'm trying to date? I misunderstood the question completely. I thought you meant how many kids is too many.
Maybe I thought I was the only one that was.
I thought you meant how many kids is too many for me to have.
No, I meant from somebody that
for somebody that I'm dating. How many kids is too many? How many kids is too many for somebody that I'm gonna date?
That's the question. Why you gotta say it so quiet? 1 kid.
It's too many.
Oh, you can't have any kids.
I preferably no. I mean, 2 is too. If they have to, if every man in the world has a kid, 2 is too many.
So you can only have 1.
Preferably 0, but I'll take 1.
I'm just asking.
I have to.
I'm not judging.
It was a requirement.
I'm not judging. I'm just asking the question.
I used to talk to somebody with 6 kids, but I knew the whole time that it was too many kids. And I was like, this is a lot of kids. It's a lot of children. And I knew the entire time. And yeah, I couldn't.
Would anybody like the story of the 6-child man?
Well, there's no story.
Quickly put it in the chat. Forget Virginia and Erik. Would anybody like the story of the 6-child man? Because I'm actually kind of done with this episode.
We
I'm good.
didn't get to clear and right.
What is going on? Does anybody else want this story? Because I'm good to throw the rest of this episode away.
No.
We got a text message from Ernest. We got a 6-child man. Things are looking up for us, guys. This is great.
So is ghetto.
That's a great question, Asia. Can we start there?
No.
Oh, Taco Bell man and 6-child man are two different people? Yes.
People.
Oh, man. Who came first?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell man came and then the 6-child man?
The 6-child man is
yes.
It's kind of recent. Not like last month, but like a year and a half.
Oh, this story is getting better and better. Now, all right. So we have 6-child man. Now,
why is that the name that you've come up with? 6-child man.
6-child man. I mean, I don't know how else to describe him.
Okay.
6-child man sounds like an appropriate nickname to me. Now, listen, let me ask you, Tasha. You did come back with a T-shirt from high school last week, so you've been holding up your end of the bargain. Would you like a week to think through this story?
Think through. What do y'all want to know? What
do we want to know? You dated a man with 6 kids. What do you mean? What do we want to know?
I didn't say we dated. I said I talked to.
Oh, okay. Now you want to make a difference between the two. No. I don't want to hear this story until next week.
Why?
I feel like I want something to look forward to.
Okay.
Because you dated a man with 6 kids and your limit is 1.
And that solidified it.
That's a little. Which one? The 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th? Wow. Sir 6-a-lot. Wow. What a nickname. That's sticking.
Sean.
Trail 6. Take 6. Oh, no, not take 6. Wow. Well, okay. The people want to hear it now. Listen, guys, I feel like we're always trying to make this show under 2 hours, and it's always my fault why it lasts so long. But if you guys want the story, we can walk through it. Tasha, you ready?
We can walk through it.
Tasha, how'd you guys meet?
We met at church, and Siobhan. Enough.
Siobhan, I'm here for every single 6 pun you have. Let it fly. So you met him at church, clearly at a baby christening. Keep
No.
Okay.
Siobhan.
Okay. No. Siobhan, I need you to keep going. All right. So these are somebody you knew already.
No, he was new to the church.
He's new to the church.
And I'm like the welcome wagon at my church. Anytime someone young,
I think we need to find a different nickname. I'm not comfortable with that nickname for you.
I'm just saying, like, anytime there's like young people that come, I'm like the person of the young people at my church to be like, hi, welcome. Like, I try to like make
I get it.
People feel.
I get it. I don't welcome wagon. I don't like the way that nickname makes me feel.
Okay.
So is that what the church? That's what the church calls?
No one. It's not called anything. I just my personality when I meet new people at the church.
Got you. Like call it a greeter. Just say greeter.
Okay.
The welcome committee. Let's put committee.
Committee. I like that.
Okay, cool. So this gentleman came to the church and joined the church.
Yes, he had been going there for some time. And I thought that he had one child because I would see him with one child.
So it didn't take long from the time he gave his life to Christ.
He already loved the Lord. He just joined the church.
I didn't know. So he hooked onto the wagon pretty quickly.
No. He had been going there for a while. He joined a ministry that I was in, and that's how we actually met. And then I was, at one point in time, I was trying to like...
Wait. We're going way too fast through the story. So how did y'all get from the place with y'all? This is during quarantine?
No, this is the year before quarantine.
Gotcha. So this is 2019.
2019.
All right. So y'all are going to church together. You are cordial. You meet each other. Where's the exchange of numbers? Did he have to save you as like
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead, please.
We met in a ministry that I was in already. He joined. And then at one point in time, I was trying to kind of bring all of the young people, like the young people at my church together, like the 40 and under. I wanted everybody
apparently so was he. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I wanted us to be like more connected. So I had a barbecue at my house, and I invited him I sent him an invite to his email address because we were on the same ministry. We get the same emails. I sent it to his email. That is how we connected. He did not come to the barbecue.
Babysitters are hard to find.
And no, he had to work.
Sure.
But he did drop off his dish, and it was a potluck. He dropped off his dish, went to work, and then I saved him a plate because that was, he dropped off his dish, so I saved him a plate, and then he came and got it the next day, I think. And yeah, then we started having conversations. That's all.
So
that's how we met.
First date? All right, so let me just tell you why I'm asking. Because all I see in my head is the scene from Bebe's Kids where he shows up and then 3 kids run in the car with 3 extra ones because obviously the story moves on. And now we all need to know. So you thought it was one kid.
Oh, yeah. So when I would see him.
Y'all see what I'm saying? Tasha always be leaving out there. You see how right. I forgot. It's a whole other starting 5 basketball team. Let me get to that.
When I would see him in church, I only saw him with one kid for a while. And then, but I have a friend. So I had a friend that worked in children's church. And
that's ironic. The irony continues.
I had a friend that worked children's church, and when I had mentioned something about him, she was like, I think he got a lot of kids. And I said, no, I think he got like 1, maybe 2, because I've seen another kid with him, but I think it's just that 1. She was like, no, Tasha. No, he got a lot of kids. I was like, what? She's like, yes. When I seen the sign-up sheet, he got
the sign-up sheet? It's just his signature over and over in children's church?
She was like, and I don't know. They all got the same last name, though, so that's
good. Wait, you found out on the sign-in sheet or from children's church?
Mm-hmm.
That was
she said, I don't know if they got and this is funny to me. She was like, I don't know if they got the same mama because they look a little different, but they all got the same last name.
See, now you went too far.
Siobhan goes to this church, Jamal. Siobhan is just finding out about this right now.
Oh, snap. Siobhan, we need to know your immediate reaction to this story. Oh no, not the baby emojis.
But come to find out, they all have the same mother, so there's that. Which is good, right? Yes.
I have no opinion of anything from the beginning of this story till now. I am just here to represent the chat.
So anyway, that's how I found out he had 6. Even though I had only seen a couple.
It never came up in conversation, like.
Well, we literally we were just having super cordial conversation. It wasn't no need for me to be all about his business.
That was worth it. That's the first time you finished the story since this season
I didn't
started.
finish it. Somebody said, "How did it end?"
Oh yeah, how did it end?
It ended. I'm trying to round it all out because it took a while. This is like almost 9 months of interaction, not physical interaction.
I wasn't even on that. I wasn't even on that path. So you saying y'all were talking for 9 months?
On and off.
9 months. Also another irony. The irony just never stops in this story. You guys were talking for 9 months. Anyway, keep going.
What is wrong with you?
You guys were talking for 9 months.
No, he actually said he didn't want to have any more children.
Oh.
And I thought that he would be hard pressed to find someone who didn't want any children but would be willing to take on 6. So that's not necessarily the reason why. That's necessarily the reason why it ended, but that was always in my mind the whole time. That was in the back of my mind. Like, if this does go well, he has 6 children. So many children. I mean, if I wouldn't have kids too.
I think it's the juxtaposition of you saying like 1, 2, and then he has the entire 92 Olympic team. And the fact that you were so hard pressed on your limit now. Is it because of that situation?
Yes. Now I'm like,
I'm saying,
yeah, no. I had to set the rules for myself. But it ended just because we did not see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Yes, 14 other eyes to look at. Anyway, thank you for that amazing. Don't it feel good to just get a whole story out?
I get them out.
I don't know if we've really did this much of a deep dive on Taco Bell, man, but there's still time.
I mean, there's no need to talk about that. Why didn't he tell you that at first?
I thought that's something. That's what
he was not hiding children at all. Like, he literally would. So our children's church is not necessarily it's not in our main building. It's like you have to walk down the plaza. Y'all gotta
remember.
He wasn't hiding children from anyone.
Y'all gotta remember. Tasha defends everybody. Tasha defends everybody.
He was not hiding his children. I promise you. He was.
Y'all were talking for 9 months and you didn't find out.
I knew about the children at the beginning.
Okay.
I knew about that at the very beginning. He was not hiding them. He was very proud of his kids. Very, very proud of his kids.
All right. So Virginia and Eric,
who aren't having any kids because Virginia doesn't want to have any. And they're not staying together. But the point is, she's not going to compromise. They don't want to compromise, so this is not going to work. We'll talk about predictions at the end.
That was a very nasty conversation that they had in the bed
with the cats.
Very damaging. Yes.
I feel like the nasty conversation was when they were on the beach. That was like a mess.
It's all nasty.
Reese, what do you What I do?
You've done a lot tonight. You have thoroughly entertained me this evening. Thank you. This is great.
Erik slept in the other room on the first night. Is that what it was? He slept in another room? I thought he slept in the room with his clothes on.
I didn't catch that.
Well, if they had a drunken fight, they had a drunken fight on the first night, so maybe he did sleep in a different room. But he definitely, the next day, slept with his clothes on in the bed. I guess that's a protest. Thank you. Thank you. I agree.
Which I want to know.
Everything.
I'm an open book. Listen, if you've ever, I'm a stand-up comedian. I don't hide any of my life. Tasha hides most of her life.
No.
You
know what, Kasaun? I went to, before you left DC, I went to your show, that your leaving DC show. It was awesome when you were doing your taping. It's an awesome show.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I got emotional.
You got emotional?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you get emotional?
Because you got emotional.
Oh, well, it'd be like that. And there were a lot of kids there, probably a lot of flashbacks. I don't know.
Anyway, Virginia said Erik slept in the bed, but he was fully clothed when Clara and Ryan showed up, and Virginia was showing them their room.
Who knows, man? They just need to get it together. They're gonna. Well, we'll get to predictions at the end, but yeah.
So last but not least, Clara and Ryan. Clara and Ryan. So I put up a poll today. Before I get to that, let me just catch y'all up to speed. So Clara's talking to the girls, and she said that she's been asked a lot if she's losing herself, and she feels like she isn't. And it's funny because I feel like her personality is so different now than what it used to be. With the girl, she's still kind of upbeat or whatever, but with Ryan, she's not. She doesn't look like her fun-loving, protesting self. Yeah, I think she's lying too. I agree. It's like this whole episode, I feel like she was trying to convince herself that she was okay. Listen,
I just feel free to have at it. I only have to say one thing about Clara and Ryan. So please feel free to say everything you want. There's only one thing I really need to say.
Okay. So then they go paddleboarding. Would you go paddleboarding? Okay. Yes, they both did. Yeah, her and Virginia and Paige all lost themselves. And that was a thing. And then they're talking and she's saying, like, they're having some conversation. I can't remember what the conversation was about. And she was saying that she didn't think that in the beginning that they would move past friendship up to the point they are now. So apparently she feels like they're more than friends. And then they write the love letters to each other. And Clara was writing a book, but I didn't realize Ryan also wrote a book. He also had two sides to his sheet. She just writes slow or something. I don't know. But anyway, at the end of his letter, he said, "Love, Ryan." Her eyes perked up. And that's apparently all she needed to stop complaining. Go ahead.
The man said, "With love." And she started crying like she had a breakthrough. What is wrong with you? That man didn't say, first of all, I'm lying. I had to say two things.
He didn't say with love. He just said love, Ryan.
Here's another thing I need to say just to get a quick note out the way. Does anybody notice he ended his letter with "for sure"? He literally ended his letter with the word "sure."
Oh, yeah? I missed that.
Yes. I heard "with love" or "for love" or what something. It ain't "I love you." And And the editors, I want to say this to the editors, y'all are messed up because y'all let that man say with love. He folded that letter up like it was a Verizon bill and put it back in his pocket. And she over there tearing up like she just had a breakthrough. And then they cut to him being like, I know there's a lot of pressure to say I love you, but no. And then she's like, oh my God, it feels so good to hear him say it.
Okay, we saying the same thing.
Thanks, Jamal. Now all I need is for you to tell me what she graded Haley in terms of trying. Was it 6 or 7?
It was definitely 6. But anyway, so apparently she heard a lot of stuff in the letter that I didn't hear, because when she was talking back to him, when she was talking to the girls, she was saying, to finally hear that, I'm wanted and I'm this and that. And I'm like, he didn't say any of that. He didn't say any of that, sis. What are you talking about? He said, thank you for letting me be myself. And thank you for being there and helping me grow. And thank you for being with me when I was 11 and I was at my first softball game.
Oh, no.
Like, he didn't say anything about needing and wanting you. He just thanked you for your service. And she heard all types of other stuff. And that was enough for her. The letter she heard in her own mind was enough for her to feel like they had a breakthrough. Either she believes it or she's trying to convince herself and the rest of us. I'm not sure.
It's sad either way. That's all I needed to say about them. That joint's sad to me. And y'all setting it up.
What does losing yourself mean?
For him to say it, I love you at
Decision Day.
At Decision Day or reunion, but
what does losing yourself mean? Does that mean you shouldn't change at all? And at what point is changing and not losing yourself? So in regards to Clara, her personality is so big. It's not something that she would need to change in a relationship. Like it's just who she is. She just has a big personality. But when she's with Ryan, it's like completely toned all the way down because she is not expressing herself on purpose. She said that she's not saying a lot of things that she would normally say
on camera,
and also around him. I think that she's not saying something that she would say because she doesn't want him to react adversely or whatever. And so I feel like she's losing herself in that way. Because when she's with the girl, she's still fun, and she has that. It's actually not even as big as it was before. It's still a little bit toned down, but not the way it is with him. With him, it's like all the way down, in my opinion.
I gotta rewatch to see that.
Losing yourself means compromising core values that make you you. Okay. He's not gonna say it until he chooses to. Her light is gone. Her light is gone with him. It's weird. That's how I feel. Her light is something missing.
I didn't see that.
Same with Virginia. Virginia just looks ran over.
I definitely see that with Virginia. She is gone. But okay.
And well, I know that Ryan has not said I love you to her. But I don't know if you guys are
what do you guys want from this man? He's never said it.
I don't know if you guys remember whatever season Jeff D and Shawnee's was on with the white girl and the white boy.
Well, yeah, that's the way to narrow it down. Thanks, Tasha. Now we're in the mind of who it is.
with the girl with the bright blue eyes. And she used to commute to work, and he worked at home, and she liked to adopt dogs, and he would watch the dogs for her and stuff like that. The boy was younger than her. They're still married. They're one of the success couples, and they're on couples camp sometimes. And I think they have a baby on the way right now. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I don't know their names at all.
I'm looking it up now.
He was complaining the entire season about her not saying I love you. Siobhan, don't encourage him.
Thanks, Siobhan. Appreciate it. The views of Telltale Tasha do not necessarily reflect the views of Kasaun Wilson, Generation Cursebreaker brand, Kay's House Party, and the Life of Podcast on Apple and Spotify. Thank you.
You don't know who I'm talking about? Danielle, yes, Danielle and the boy. The whole time he was complaining that she wouldn't, like, because he loved her and he told her that he loved her, but she wouldn't say it back. We found out at decision day it was a lie. They edited it to make it seem like she hadn't been saying I love you, but she said I love you in. Okay, this is what happened, and it made me so angry when I remember watching it. She wrote him a letter, and she went to work or wherever she went. She wrote him a letter, and at the bottom of the letter, it said, I love you. But he didn't read that part out loud, and they made it seem like she hadn't been telling him, I love you. But I could read on the screen that the letter said, I love you. And so I was like, so y'all, and then so at decision day, they edited it to make it seem like that was her first time saying it. But she had said it like in like some kind of flashback. She had said it out loud another time. And I was like, why are they doing this? Just make this fake storyline. Like it was annoying because this particular couple was like perfect and there was nothing wrong with them. So they had to make this fake storyline that she wouldn't say I love you.
I still have no idea what you're talking about. But can I just say this?
Oh my goodness.
Can we talk? We'll get to this in future episodes, but can we talk about how this is the biggest takeaway from that season? That is the craziest development.
Is that the season? That's not the season. In Texas?
I thought that was Philly.
No. This season is Texas. My bad. It's a different black couple.
It's
not Shanice and them. My bad. It was Texas. It was in Texas, right? Asia, tell me.
Wait, you talking about with Felon? The Felon? The old girl that couldn't make it to the airport because she had warrants?
No.
That was Texas.
Before them. Asia, where are these people from? Because maybe I'm just wrong. I guess I have a phone too, and I have a computer. I can just look it up more.
Oh, Danielle. Oh. You talking about what's her face? Danielle and Bobby.
Bobby, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was the season with
Why'd you leave? Hello? Oh. You turned your camera off.
Oh yeah, you were still saying things I didn't agree with.
All I said was Bobby.
Yeah, that was with Tristan and Mia. That was the same season.
Was it?
That's a fact. That was Texas.
I feel like their season was a long time ago, and maybe I just blocked that out. Okay, never mind.
Block a lot of things out, Tasha. But the point is
they be editing stuff to be more dramatic than it is.
That's a fact.
Because they did the same thing with Karen and Miles. Come to find out, it wasn't as deep as they made it. So I do think that Clara is upset about not having sex, but it could be exaggerated. So I don't know. Anywho, that's all I got to say about them.
Yeah, I just want to tell people out there, if you're waiting for somebody to tell you I love you and they say love Ryan, they didn't say I love you.
That means he got love for her.
Yeah, that's what you say to your homie on the block. That's not what you've been waiting for all season.
She did say, we love each other as friends.
I mean, she's trying to throw her little shots in there to disassociate herself from the feeling of being vulnerable, but
right.
Ain't no reason to cry, Doc. He didn't say it. The wait continues. Okay, you had to go mute for more instructions. Understood. Well, listen, guys, I got 2 great stories for you. We got a text from Ernest, and we got 6-child man. And I could not have had a better evening. And I hope you all enjoyed it as well.
This was fun. Next week, are we at 8:00?
Yeah.
Okay, 8:00 next week. Is next week the finale? Somebody confirm. Is next week the finale? Confirm in the comments, please. Oh shoot, the predictions. I got them right here.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, Asia.
Asia, what you said? I think we talk a lot about Briana being unwilling to bend, but Ryan is the exact same. Yeah. He must be whispering sweet nothings off camera because the way she is falling doesn't make sense. That could be true. That could be true.
Oh, I feel good about my picks.
We said the same thing basically, except for you said Virginia and Eric's going to say yes on decision day and then not stay together by the reunion, which I can see that happening. I can agree with you, but I can't change it now.
I would also like to say, for anyone who could be even fairly new, there was a time deep into this season where Tasha literally said, and Jamal, I need you to confirm this. Tasha said to all of us, give Paige and Chris a chance. I can see how it can work.
I didn't. No, okay. No. Let me clarify for myself.
Tasha, this is what you're not going to do.
Let me clarify for myself.
You're not going to rewrite history now.
I don't have to
rewrite
history.
You said give them a chance, which is why I put 6 stop signs and you only put 1.
No.
Thank you, Jamal. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you.
You said early on, around the wedding, I said, if
that's a fact. Hit that thumbs, guys.
If he can get past not being attracted to her, this is before the sex and the disappearing. I
Tasha,
said,
this is not the first episode, Tasha. You're not going to do that, Tasha.
You can go back and watch. Episode. I said, if he can get past being unattracted to her, it could work. That's what I said.
Jamal, this is not the first episode where you said give him a chance. This is.
I know. First of all, mind you, don't forget that the wedding was like 4 or 5 episodes in. 4 episodes in.
I want to say it was the episode before the baby where you were still saying low key, like give him a chance. I'm not gonna say it, but
no, you're right. I said yes, right before the baby. I said,
oh God,
if he can get over being unattracted to her, and she can forgive him for that because she acted like she said let's reset. If they truly do a reset, it could work.
You know what my prediction is? I mean, I don't understand what you're saying. But what I do predict is that at the reunion, Paige and Chris are going to reveal that they've seen each other since they stopped taping.
Sure, of course.
And that's very unfortunate. But it's been nice not having them on the show for a couple weeks.
Yeah, Haley and Jacob gave me the drama I needed. This episode they came through. Somebody came through with the entertainment.
So what was it, guys? Was it the review of this episode of Maths? Was it Six Kid Man? Was it the Ernest appearance? What is your biggest takeaway from the night, guys? Because I'm having a hard time deciding. A word.
I'm missing these previews that y'all see. Was it on like right after the episode? Well, I didn't watch Unmatchable, so okay. Yeah. Thank you for confirming that.
Thank you, Reese. Look forward to more content. Even after decision day, after the reunion, we'll still be here making something of the sort. But we have thoroughly been blessed tonight, haven't we?
Make sure you have your notes for the production meeting that we're going to have.
The EOLC conference will take place the week after the reunion
you
show.
are annoying. Oh, okay. I love you all so much. You guys are the greatest. We will see you next week. I think Kasaun has an event tomorrow.
Yeah, couples. Oh yeah, quarantine and chill. It's a event from Zion Church in Maryland. If you're there, pull up. All of the info's on my IG. If you're not already, follow me on IG at The Life of KAY. It's right here. The Life of KAY. All the information's on there. I love y'all. Asia, I will I don't know if I have a messy story just on cue, on call, but we can talk.
Yeah, the thing is I be exposing myself. That's why. And then he latches any little thing I say, he latches onto it.
No.
That's what it is. And he's like,
Don't
whoa, what'd you
that.
say? Bring that back. Whoa,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's what happens. I expose my own stuff, and then
what you do is you say a headline of a story that is completely unbelievable, and then when I tell you,
unbelievable.
Tasha, we were in the middle of talking about masks, and you were like, "Yes, I've been proposed to in a Taco Bell before."
I didn't say it. I just said I haven't been proposed to before. Period.
Yeah, but you can't just
and
say
then you said I want the story, and then that's how you find out that it was at Taco Bell.
Yes, and it was very worth me digging into the story. But you can't just say things and then act like it was. You've been ignoring Ernest long enough. Follow me on IG. All the information. Quarantine and chills for couples. It's game night.
So I'm not invited. Great.
My wife and I are hosting a. Don't. If you stay with 6 kids. So quarantine and chill is tomorrow night. Couples, all the information's on my IG right now. Couples, it's a game night hosted by my wife and I. It's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. But like and subscribe to Tasha's channel. She has content more than this. The content has nothing to do with anything we talk about here. Couldn't be more different than this. It's hair and clothes.
That's the truth.
And she does backflips randomly on a couple of them. There's a lot going on. But
so much stuff. It's so many things that have nothing to do with Married at First Sight or any other television show at all.
I'm only here for diversity, and I get it. But I'm happy to be here to hang with y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Okay, love Ryan.
Sure.